Hey everybody, good morning, good Thursday morning. Danny Shay talking about ETs in their bathrobe, spaceships. Where I want to go with this. The other day I was walking down the street at night and I see this cloud and it looks like a lenticular cloud. And for you guys who don't know what a lenticular cloud is, I pulled something off the internet. And this is what I pulled. You can go look for a lenticular cloud, Lenticular cloud, are visible signs of mountain waves in the air. I don't know what that means, but they got little circles. However, these waves can be present beyond the clouds and may even exist when no clouds are formed, which makes people wonder, what? On the ground, they can result in very strong gusty winds in one place with still air only a few hundred meters away. So it's this weird cloud formation that actually has an air pattern associated with it on the ground. So my question is, are lenticular clouds, are they related to crop circles? I don't know. So here's the backstory with this, with why I'm going here. When I was doing a walk the other night, we had really cool sunset. We've been having a lot of smoke in our area. And so this was the first day where the smoke had cleared, but there was still something, so we could still see the colors in the sky were really good. It was a clear night, which is unusual for us because normally this last year especially, it's just been so overcast. Anyway, we had a clear night, the sun was shining, and I see these lenticular clouds. But it wasn't like fully formed. And so normally like up in Shasta, go, ooh, spaceship. They're hidden up there, and I can kind of sense them. I use my psychic senses. Psychic Duck agrees with me. Yes, you can tell when there is a spaceship if you get into that energy and allow that energy, that calmness to come in. So I looked at that and I went, it's not a spaceship. It's like the remnants of, it's like the smoke from a rocket. It's that leftover energy of a spaceship that left, if anything, or it's just lenticular clouds. And I'm not sensing that. I'm going, there probably was a spaceship there hanging out. I mean, in Morro Bay, where I am, there's some activity going on around here. So I go, well, that's pretty cool. And then I look over to my left, and there is a perfectly formed lenticular cloud. And I went, wow. I mean, there's really no mountains around here. It's kind of hills, but I go, that's so weird. I mean, and I look at it and I go, now that's a spaceship. I mean, that is, I ran home to Psychic Duck. What do you think? And he goes, yeah. Okay, I didn't. Psychic Duck was in my pocket, so I could ask him right there, him. So my question is, and the interesting thing about this, for y'all who don't know where I am, we have a nuclear power plant right there. That cloud was over the nuclear power plant. Coincidence? I think not. So the question I want to ask, I'm going to throw this out to Libby too, because she threw it at me with crop circles. So are lenticular clouds and crop circles. Well, I won't just want her to read on lenticular clouds. You know, if they're spaceships, what are they? The question I'm asking, are lenticular clouds and crop circles somehow related? Is there a correlation between the two? So the deck that I'm using is my contact cards. Now, this deck has spaceships, it has aliens, it has crop circles. What else does it have? Aliens, crop circles, stars. So we get a whole bunch of information from that. And as I put these down, I've shuffled them a little bit. Okay. And I want to show you what I have. I have my cheat sheet. Okay, so you can see. Sorry. Okay. So here's the spread. And what this is this is the initial question. This is conditions, messages, process, outcome. So this is the spread as it comes out of the book. Okay? So let's see what we get. First card are crop circles and lenticular. Oh, I hope you guys can hear me. And lenticular clouds related. And we get the card Pluto, which is transformation, which is issues that remain hidden. And there's a transformation so that we may know what is occurring to us in the invisible. Ooh, lenticular clouds and crop circles. Something invisible that is transforming what we don't see to what we do see. Interesting. Okay. This is conditions. Ooh, we get a medical ship. Healing. Okay. We're still not getting like this connection, although I do see a connection here between two objects. So yeah, maybe there is. And if it is there, if this connection is there, it's somehow to heal. And when I looked at that lenticular cloud over the power plant, I went, oh, what is it that we are not being made aware of? This card here, ooh, I just got chills, that they are taking care of. Okay, digression. Whoop, bring this up. So the other thing that I read in my news feed, I think this, I've been reading this from a couple of different sources. One was that, I think Juno sent this to me today, that there was a retired astronaut that said the ETs have been protecting us from nuclear war, disaster. Many people reported seeing spaceships around certain nuclear sites and accidents and things. And I've read that, we're re-upping our nuclear arsenal in White Sands, New Mexico. So I imagine there's going to be a ton of these guys flying overhead going, what are you guys doing? So there is this medical helping. We need to help heal you guys from your knuckle-headed ideas where we think war and weapons are the way to peace. Not true. Not true. Okay. Sorry. Back to where I am. Back to where the cards. What do the cards say? Okay, so the messages from the guides are, ooh, another ship. Lenticular Clouds ship, the scout ship, going out searching for new things. But in this card, this card is about teamwork. This card is about, in the book it says marriage, a marriage of two ideas, two ways of being coming together as one. So, ooh, okay, so lenticular clouds and crop circles. If we are having a transformation, things that are in the invisible world that is transforming so that we can be able to see it, and we are now seeing the teamwork for healing. Ooh, what's this card going to be? Okay, at the top, this is the process. What are we going through? If there is a correlation, what do we need to know? Aliens. Association. This card is about the Galactic Council. The message. This is the council coming together, coming to talk to us. Okay. Let's look at the outcome. Well then, the sun. Now when I first pull this over, I look at what came to mind was illumination, and it goes back to this card. What is invisible is transforming to become visible, that we can see what's going on. Illumination with the sun and this teamwork of the scout ship. The association is giving us medical help. But this card, in the meaning of this card, instead of sun, instead of teamwork, it's individuality. It's shining our individual light. Wow, 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 wow. So, I got a yes and a no. Are they related? Yes, they are. But how are they related? Individually. I mean, they're working together with this association, with this council, to bring us healing information. And there is a marriage, but it's this, but we have to, okay, not we, but they have to. The clouds, the lenticular clouds, and the crop circles are giving us two different sets of information. Yeah, got it, thank you. Two different sets of information so that we can hear it however way we want to hear it. Some people will hear the crop circles and they go, I get that. I see the shape, the imagery. My wife was looking on one of her feeds that she sees, and there were people raking up leaves, making art in the leaves. Crop circles. It was cool. I mean, the imagery, the shapes, the geometric designs were, I mean, you could just breathe into them, just go, oh yeah. And then you see these ocean beach sand sculptures that they'll do, you know, like the Buddhist sand meditations with a little rake, and then you get to wipe it off and redo it. So it's art, but it's so temporary. And they'll do this on big ocean sand beaches. I've seen them a lot in Oregon, where the beaches are relatively uninhabited, by a lot of humans. So they'll stay there for a little bit, but they're right in the tidal zone. So this one person will spend, and it could be a group of people that spend the whole morning building this design, creating this amazing piece of art, just to have it washed away. And then they start all over again. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, it's kind of a fun story. Pluto. So it is correlated. There is a relationship with crop circles. But here we go. But the crop circle and the lenticular clouds. In the crop circle, you get to see something and you get to go, oh yeah, look, I can see it. I can walk it, sense it, feel it. With a lenticular cloud, it's a little different, right? It's more of a, we have to raise our vibrations to a place where we actually get to see that. Many of us are not there yet. We think we want to be there. Well, I think I do. I do want to be there. But for now, for God's sakes, for me, even talking about this is huge. Right? 3 or 4 years ago, I wouldn't have. I'd go, yeah, crazy. And now look at me. Crazy. Come on now. Who said that? So, but we get to believe, what our awareness is set for. Lenticular clouds or crop circles. So let's look at it with the Galactic deck and see what we get. The Galactic deck. Oh, and then I can't forget about sex programs. AI sex programs. I don't know if I can monetize this. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to let it go. Let it go. Okay. What's the question? What's the question? Lenticular clouds. Let's just look at lenticular clouds. From the Galactic Heritage deck, what do you want to tell us about lenticular clouds? Now I'm doing this intuitively. This deck, it has 108 cards in it. A lot of the stuff, if you get the book, it's a lot clearer. You get a lot more meaning from it. And again, you can download this for $9.99. Download the app and it gives you all the definitions of the cards and stuff. If you want to follow along, if you want more info, otherwise just go with what me and Psychic Duck have to say. Yeah. All right. My intuitive guide. What's the 411 on these lenticular clouds? Just clouds? I just see crop circles when I shuffle. What's the 411 on these lenticular clouds? Whoa. Okay. Pushing the envelope. I'm going to clarify these with some tarot cards if I need to. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Let me drop this down. Y'all can see what I be looking at. What I be looking at. All right. So, what we have here. What's the 411 on these lenticular clouds? Pushing the envelope. There we go. Pushing the envelope. I'm not sure what that means. Pushing the envelope of our awareness, right? So the crop circles we can see, lenticular clouds we can see, but what's behind them? And that's what that first card was, Pluto. What's behind them that's coming out? It's got something to do with a homing beacon. Did they place a homing beacon on Earth so that they can come back to visit us? There are some that say yes, that some of these older structures of Machu Picchu, the Mayan ruins in Yucatan, yes, okay. The power of sound. So when I was shuffling and I'm thinking of crop circles, are they made via the power of sound? Is it a dog whistle, something we can't hear, but it's there anyway? We have logic and reasoning as we come down to the focal point in spiritual sovereignty. So I'm trying to figure some of this out with logic and reasoning. Okay, what does that mean? With this spiritual sovereignty parallel, I'm going to have to pull some clarifiers on that. But then I get this imbalance in positivity, polarity, the Pleiades. Imbalance in positive polarity. So as we try to disseminate what the hell that means, imbalance in positive polarity, as we try to use our logic and reasoning with spiritual sovereignty, I don't think these two cards don't work for me. Spiritual sovereignty, logic and reasoning. It feels like this card doesn't belong in here, even though we're trying to make sense of this, right? That's what we're doing here, and there's an imbalance in the positive polarity of logic and reason. It should be spiritual sovereignty. The two sides parallel, polarities. Okay. Just so what I get with this, what's the 411 with all of this, is of lenticular clouds. Yeah. And there is still that correlation with the crop circles as they came in with the power of sound. It is a homing beacon coming in, and I think of that over the power plant. That power plant, the nuclear wars weapons are homing beacons for the imbalance. I mean, oh my God, here we go. Thank you. The imbalance of positive polarity. Let's make a nuclear weapon so we can have peace. No, no. The power of sound. we don't really focus that much on the power of sound. Let's use, I'm going to clarify it with the Light Seers Tarot. Is this 3 cards? Anything to add to this that I am not picking up on? And maybe I'm going to do 4 cards because there's a card for somebody that's watching that needs the extra card. So that's the 4th card. Don't ask me why. That was my logical brain doing it. Okay, what's going on? Any additional information plus number 4. Additional information. 9 of Pentacles. 3 of Swords. 4 of Pentacles. And the 1 to grow on. Okay. So what we have here, dropping down, we have the 9 of Pentacles. What's the additional information? We think we have it all. We're reaching for new things, but we are so limited because we're in our own little gilded garden in here that 9 of Pentacles represents. We're in big trouble with this imbalance in positive polarity. The 3 of Swords. It's heartbreak. We're not, and it goes back to Mother Earth. We're not taking care of Mother Earth. And then we have the 4 of Pentacles. This is taking care of what we have. It's not so much a hoarding to me that I heard with this, or watching our money or anything. It's taking care of what we have. It's a little bit of a protection too. She's protecting what she has. And the card to grow on for whoever it is. Oof. The Tower. Death and rebirth. Yikes. So I've been thinking about this card a lot. Not so much, I mean, there's so much going on with us being stressed out, with all the craziness, and we're hanging on to the old ways. We're hanging on to the old ways. And we should be looking forward to the new ways, to the birth, to the rebirth, to the spiritual sovereignty. Listening to the homing beacon and the power of sound. Where are we going to? Okay, so I've got a shift, and then I'm going to read on. I'm going to read on AI. Okay, where are we going? I'm using the Galactic Heritage for this Death and Rebirth card. What should we be focusing on? I'm saying that we should be focusing on the rebirth part. I always look at that card as a rebirth, as the sun coming up. That's just me. What? Talk to me more. Galactic Heritage cards. Talk to me more. I'm going to let this crystal sit on this deck for a little bit. I always, when I pull that Tower card, I'm always, as I said, I'm always focused on the rebirth. What good does it do to focus on the tearing down, the crumbling, the letting go? Certainly there is some magic in the letting go of, but when our structures crumble, what is it? Is there any importance in looking at the crumbling? Yeah, so we don't repeat our mistakes. However, we are repeating our mistakes these days. It feels like it anyway. So what is it looking at the rebirth? Since we're not learning from our mistakes, let's just let it crumble and look at the rebirth. Let's just look forward. Is there benefit in doing that? Is there benefit in doing that? Just looking, and I go back to that, what was the card that the Asani, the spiritual plurality, death and rebirth. Can we just look at the rebirth? Is there benefit in that? Okay. Huh. I got the parallel card, the Asani card again, and it's alchemy. So I think the card that I had before was 103, I think. It was right next to this one, I think. I'll have to go back and look. If we just look at the positive, it's a little bit of magic, is what I'm getting. Huh. Seduction and addiction of staying in the, this is the present. So when I pull this card, the seduction and addiction, what today are we being drawn to? What are we being addicted to? For everybody, it's a little different. But is that moving us forward? The seduction of something and the addiction of something? Is that creating magic? And the last card. Can you see that? Melting pot, Earth. And it's the future time stream. What if we just look at the rebuilding, the rebirth? Earth is a melting pot. Yay! Yay! All right. All right. So, I think there is a benefit to looking at the positive side. People will go, oh no, you got to look at both. Well, yeah, you do. Yeah. Yeah, but you don't have to hang on to it. You don't have to be addicted to the crumbling. Let it go. Yeah. That's what I'm getting out of it. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Peace and love.